Are you ready to stop making the biggest mistake that I see rabbitry owners making? Then keep on watching. Hey there, I'm Leah and welcome back to my channel. I am an online educator for rabbitry enthusiasts and stay-at-home wives. If you enjoy practical tips for running both your home and your rabbitry, then make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell so you don't miss a thing. I see people all the time slap up a post in a Facebook group saying, I have rabbits available, or here's what I've got, or update on the Facebook page or the website. People didn't even know you had litters coming. So really for anything, when you're wanting to make sales, you can't just expect people to be ready to shell out any kind of money. You have to warn them and prepare them to be able to make a purchase. So that's what we're going to talk about in these next 3 tips. Now, kind of like I said, people want to be warned when you are going to offer something available for them to buy. So you need to have a way that they can find out about you, how your rabbitry works, even potentially the price, if you have at least a consistent base price that you sell your animals for. So whether it's a simple Facebook page, an Instagram account, or even if you have a free website with just one page made on it, you can have all the information that people need to know and then have that linked up to your social accounts. Or one thing that I like to do on my Facebook page is have a pinned post that stays at the top, and there's an image that says something like information needed or looking for rabbits, read this post, something like that, that will give people all the potential information likely that they need to know if they're going to make a purchase, whether it's now or 3 months down the road. Tip number 2 is talking about your rabbitry, whether or not you have something to sell. And so one thing that I often do, especially on my Instagram account, is showing what I'm doing. It's something that ties back to your rabbitry, whether or not you have something available. So I was recently going through fall chores, taking out the cages and spraying down all the fur and all of the dust that comes out. So I just made a quick post, took a picture. One of the rabbits did something a little bit funny, so I took a picture of that and made it a story. I also just took a picture of a broom, leaned on a cage, and said something about, the seasons are changing, doing fall chores, something like that. You can make content out of literally anything. And the one thing that I want you to think about before you go, well, that's not interesting. If you're on social at all, chances are you watch some pretty dumb stuff. We all do. So not, shaming anybody here for that. But one thing that I like to do is think of the Instagram people that I follow. What do I watch in their stories? Pretty much everything. Some of them will, pour their cup of coffee with a good morning thing above it. It doesn't have to be difficult. All you have to do is just take a quick picture. You don't even have to be in it, but, showing what you're doing. But the trick is always making it tie back to your rabbits or the thing that you sell. All of these tips can be used for if you raise other animals as well. So it's constantly reminding them, hey, I raised this, and you could potentially get one if you want to find out more. You don't say that last little bit, but you at least, you're constantly reminding them, I do this. All right, and then the last tip that is really going to help bring in those buyers, the ones that are ready to buy now, is taking them along the journey, whether you have your rabbits or not, or maybe you're like me and you've been going for quite a few years. Take them through the planning process of how you decide what litters are going to come this year. When you do the breedings, do a post that says expecting litters or expecting parents. One post that I like to do is I will take a picture of both the sire and the dame and compare it or put them on the same post and then do expecting such and such date and post that. Another one that I like to do is share when I'm putting the nest boxes in. And then also, when the mama's bellies are growing, I'll post a picture of that. When the litters are born, and again, a couple of days after they're looking a little bit more stable. One hesitation that, people will have is if you've raised rabbits for any length of time, Some litters just don't work out. And you know what? That's okay. I recently had to post that 2 litters didn't happen. So it happens to everyone. So just don't be afraid to do those updates and say, it didn't quite work out. That is still content, but it makes people know that you're not perfect. Nobody likes to have that picture perfect Instagram type reel. Then when you are getting them, of course, when they're 3 weeks old and starting to grow and look super cute, those you could be taking pictures left and right and posting those. Getting the pedigrees together for the buyers that are coming, or I will take pictures when I'm bagging up feed that's going to go with the new rabbits that are leaving. Different things like that. It doesn't have to be super difficult content. All it is you are constantly reminding them what you do, but then also showing them what you do in the process. So someone gets to see, oh, her rabbits have pedigrees. You don't have to go and say, you get this, this, and this when you buy my rabbits. Nobody wants to hear that. And honestly, they tune you out when they either see the post or they see a story that you're doing. All right, so a quick wrap up. Make sure to have a way that they can find out about how the whole process works without them ever having to talk to you. Because for people like me, I'm a watcher, and most people are when it comes to something that they want to buy. So make sure they can find out what they want or the information that they need 24/7 without ever having to reach out to you. Then number 2, continually and consistently be posting year round to keep top of mind of the people that could eventually want to buy from you, whether it's just a simple chore that you're doing or getting ready for buyers that are coming. And the third tip is kind of similar to the last, but it's taking people on the journey. Whether you're starting your rabbitry, taking pictures of that and sharing what you're doing, share when the breedings are coming, share when the litters are there, share as those babies are getting ready to go to their new homes. Those things are preparing people to mentally say, if I want a baby from her, I'm going to have to reach out. Make sure to grab your free 29 income ideas guide listed below. And I will see you in the next episode.